Alright, good morning everybody. Welcome to another spell template creation with the Shades of Dominion. And once again, we are covering the banned racist cards from Magic the Gathering. Pardon the noise, we whistle as we work here in the warehouse. Another point of housekeeping is that the Shade Master is going back to school for the semester. The semester has just started today. So this video is going to be a little late, as well as a few of the premieres this week will still be done and attended. However, we're going to have to discuss time in terms of taking care of being able to go back to school and other such nonsense. But back to the card that we have in play, which is, as seen here, Stone Throwing Devils. You can see why this is racist and problematic for a company going woke and slowly going broke. Stone Throwing Devils, reminiscent of blackish imps deciding to cast stones in matters of a BLM-like stature. This is not a good look, not for anyone, but it's also, shall we say, problematic for those who don't wish to disgrace the name of the most holy of all prophets. So that's also an aspect to this. So we're just going to put the title as written, Stone Throwing Devils. Now, this is wonderful because this is a very basic spell template card that we're going to be making today. It's very straightforward. This is a common card, so there will be no law of common translation or conversion. It's just one corruption. One corruption. Or if you were to see this in the game, it would just be simply C. That's how we would write it. For spell type, it is a Shade Summon, which means, yeah, it would be a Shade Summon. And the spell battery is something we haven't gone over before, but for spell battery, this represents your draw. This represents when the spell is ready or exhausted. Whenever you cast a spell from your library, that spell's automatically exhausted, meaning you cannot cast that spell again unless you make a spell battery roll to refresh and ready that spell. The spell battery is going to be a 2+, so whenever you roll your spell battery die, it's a die 6, and whenever you roll a 2 or higher on your spell battery, you can recharge this particular spell. Now, this spell template is very, very straightforward. It's first strike, or in the Shades of Dominion, we're going to say that you summon a minion with power 1, toughness 1, and 1 wound. All Shade Summons have 1 wound. And first strike in this game is called Initiative. This means that it gets to deal damage first, and there is a chance that if it deals enough damage, it will not take damage itself, like first strike would normally work in the card game. This is a very basic template, and we're going to discuss the placement of this. For those of you who know, this is a corruption card, and corruption has 3 different attributes. You have ambition, darkness, and death. Now, understanding the placement is crucial to making a spell template. It's understanding where you're going to spend the library point to get this spell, template. And a brief overview of each of these 3 is required. So ambition is summoning demons, getting extra shade, sacrificing, paying life, dealing damage to yourself to cast spells. That is the crux of ambition. Death is the regeneration category. So you have Shade Summons that have regeneration, or in the game it's called immortality. Death is also the domain where you can make yourself more resilient, give yourself restore your wounds, restore damage, This is all kind of anything that has to do with death or preventing death or causing death to others, giving the wither tokens, the penalties, that all falls under death. Darkness is a little more abstract. Darkness is two things at once. It is the ability to cause your opponent to discard cards, and in the Shades of Dominion, discarding has been translated into stress counters, being able to assault your opponent's mind. It's also the home of cards like Shade's Form, where you can pay corruption and beef up your creatures until the end of turn, giving them that kind of beefy resiliency from pure, wispy, dark, tendrilled darkness, the kind of corruption attribute that darkness is. So we're going to say that this is a darkness template. Because it gives because it has that first strike aspect. I know that it says devils, and you might want to put it under the demonic aspect of ambition, or the undead version of death doesn't really fit at all. So darkness is where we're going to put this. We're going to put this as under darkness, just overall. No prerequisites. Just you can take this as a starting spell. It only costs 1. It has first strike. It has 1 wound. It only has 1 power, 1 toughness. So you can do a lot with this. And so yeah, stone throwing devils. Another pretty good card that has been erased because of racismos, because of politics. And this is a good card. This is something that you should be excited to put in your deck, something you should be excited to put in your library or use as a Shade Mage. This is a solid card that, once again, has been denied of you because of modern politics or the current thing. And that's what we're fighting against here at the Shades of Dominion. That's all for this video. I hope you find some time today to throw some shade. Bye-bye.